Hi, my name is Ed Diaz with Roland, and today we're going to be going over the RD-700NX here at Kraft Music. For a great deal on an RD-700NX, please check out the bundles available at Kraft Music. The RD-700NX is the latest in a long line of RD series pianos. The RD started in 1986 and have been synonymous for playing live. Okay? One reason for this is the RD's exceptional sound quality, and also as the years have progressed, better sound quality, better keyboard design, just more realism than ever before. Also, the RD, which might stand for Roland Digital, has also been another name it's come up with is the Road Dog. Because the RD you can actually throw in a van, drop off a stage, do all this stuff. Even though we don't suggest it, it can take a great beating. So the RD is a great stage piano that you're just going to love to play. One of the great features you're going to enjoy playing-wise on the RD-700NX are the keys. The keys feature an ivory fill key bed. And so what this means is we simulated ivory on the keys. So if you look at the keys, you can actually notice the keys are porous. They actually allow us to grip so we get a better feeling when we play, actually hold on to the notes. Another great feature is we have something called escapement. Now what that is, if we were to go to an acoustic piano, if we push down on the keys, we can actually feel a bump in the keys. Now what that is, that simulates when you push down on a key on a piano, you're going to feel the hammer when it comes down on the string, and then the key is going to break and reset so it's ready to hit the note again. And so this is very useful when we're using playing techniques such as triple striking. So this is a great feature. So in combination with the ivory feel and the escapement, you're going to have a very pleasurable playing experience on the RD-700NX. One of the great features inside the RD-700NX is the supernatural piano. The way we're doing this is we're using physical modeling to recreate the sound of a grand piano, but without samples. So this is something that's really great, and you're going to see this more from Roland in the future. So let's take a look inside the supernatural grand piano. So I have a supernatural grand piano called up, and it sounds wonderful right out of the... But what if I want to edit it and make it my own grand piano? Because, as you know, there are many different types of grand piano tones throughout the world. And also, depending on what style of music you're playing, you might want to adjust it accordingly. So here's how you would do it inside the RD-700NX. First off, I would choose my piano. And in this case, I'm going to use the concert grand as an example. And I'm going to press the tone edit button. Within this button, I see a lot of different parameters. One, the stereo width, so I can spread it out as needed. The nuance, now here's one that everybody loves, is the lid. So let's show this one right now. So as you see in the graphic here, I can close the lid. So I'm going to put it on 1, and let's hear how it sounds. Great, sounds pretty good. Sounds like a closed lid. Let's open the lid up. Now listen. So definitely a lot more open tone. You know, it's really out there. Sounds great. Also, we can adjust the damper noise. So how much noise we get when we press the damper. Also, in many Roland products, when you see a little arrow to the right here, that means there's more information here. And we can go in deep and adjust the micro tuning of it, the sympathetic resonance, EQ it, or just initialize that sound and start with a brand new piano and just start from scratch. So that's great. And once we have our piano in here, we can go in here and write it. And so our custom piano is saved inside the RD-700NX. The next supernatural tone I want to show you is the electric piano. The electric piano is very popular throughout music. So let's take a look of how to edit the electric piano, because I might want a clean electric piano. Sounds real nice and clean, but maybe I have an electric piano that was in a basement and now it's developed a little bit of a grungy sound, okay? And I might like that. So I'm going to show you how to take from an electric piano from a very nice pure sound point and then turn it a little bit more dirty, or however you want. So check it out. I chose my electric piano and it sounds like this right away, which I think sounds great, but you might want something different. So I can go ahead and press Tone Edit. First off, I can choose what type of electric piano. Get that going first off. So here's my Tine EP. Let's change it to maybe a FM Tine. You know, so read. So we can change it, first off, what type of electric piano. We can adjust the bar angle, the pickup, how far the pickup is from the tines, the thump in the keys. Now this is very important. Like I said before, maybe we want a clean EP or maybe one that's been beat up a little bit. So it's going to make more noise or more thump. So I'll go ahead and turn this up. Well, let's hear it first. On 0. Pretty cool. Let's go ahead and turn it up. So a little bit more thump in the keys. Okay, maybe I want to adjust the character of the bell, make it a little bit more rusted or a little bit dark, a little thinner, and we can go in and just really get in there. Also, once again, there's an arrow to the right. I can press my cursor, and I can even change what type of amp it's going through. Maybe a small phaser, different kind of wah, tremolo, chorus, whatever. Very, very quick and easy. And I can go in there and adjust the parameters within that effect. Once again, there's another arrow. I can go in further, tell it what type of amp case it's playing through. So I can say it's not playing through any amp case. It's just going through. I can change it to an old case, maybe a new case, maybe a dyno. Boy, that really changed the sound very dramatically, very quickly right now. So as you see, after I changed all my specifics of my electric piano, I can go in and I can press right and I can save my specific electric piano tone right to my RD-700NX, giving me the ultimate electric piano, mine. Now, since the RD-700NX is a stage piano, we already covered a piano supernatural, the electric piano, but what's the other key sound that we need to have on the stage? It's a tone wheel organ. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and choose the tone wheel organ right in here. And as you know, we have a long history with our virtual tone wheel organs, being our VKs or our V combos. So I'm going to choose a tone wheel organ right here. Sounds cool, but check this out. Remember what I told you earlier? If you see a little arrow that's showing drawbars, if I press it to the right, now I get control of my drawbars. Now that we've chosen this display screen, look what happens. I can actually go in and change my drawbar settings. So check this out. It highlights these drawbars, and look how I change them. Very quick, very easy. Now, my layer switch control sliders become drawbars. So this is very cool. Now, what if I want to get to the other side? Very easy. Just press any of these highlighted switches, and now we've just switched to the other side. Very, very quick, very, very easy. So the RD-700NX can turn into a tone wheel organ very, very quickly, very, very easily. So let's go ahead and just pretend I'm playing great, holding it down, and let's bring it in. Wow, how cool is that? Let's adjust the lower part. And that quickly, now my RD-700NX has turned in from a stage piano, electric piano, and now into a tone wheel organ. Pretty cool. Another great feature inside the RD-700NX is the real-time control knobs right over here. Sometimes in your studio, your sound sounds one way. Sounds great. I love how it sounds. But then when I go to the gig or the show or church or whatever, my sound is kind of changed. And the reason is, it's because of my surroundings. Maybe a big room, a smaller room, maybe the PA. And now my beloved electric piano that I designed doesn't sound as hip as it used to. So here's how I can fix it. If I look to the left side over here, I have an equalizer right on top. So I can EQ my sound very quickly. Go ahead and just press the on and off button. We get this great screen right here. Of course, I'm using my ear, but I can come in and say, you know what? I'm losing some of my lows here. So I can bring in some lows. Maybe I want to go ahead and bring in my highs a little bit. Maybe there's too much mids for whatever reason, and I can go ahead and say, you know what? Let me go ahead and bring him down a little bit. And very quickly, I made myself a very nice EQ curve live. Now, also speaking of live, what if I want to go ahead and I'm just really playing and I want to adjust my chorus and delay? Normally inside keyboards, you have to go inside and do patch editing and find it and find the effects, and it can be kind of cumbersome, kind of a bummer. But with the RD-700NX, all I have to do is, once again, go to my real-time knobs, and let's say I want to go ahead and push a little bit of chorus right here. So I have my sound. That sounds fine. I'll go ahead and bring in a little bit of chorus. Very quickly. Just shape it to wherever I think it needs to be. Now, what about a little bit of delay? I just hit the button and turn it from chorus to delay. Let's bring in some delay. And that quickly, I brought in those effects. So as you see in the RD-700NX, with the real-time controllers over here, I can change my EQ settings, so live, so I can get the sound that I want to get. And also I can change some common effects very quickly on the fly, and then just keep on playing. So let's talk about how to layer sounds and also split sounds inside the RD-700NX. Very, very easy once again. So if I look at my screen here, I see something that says Layer Edit. Press this button, brings up this screen. All I have to do is I can say, use my cursor and the arrows, move very quickly. So say I want to go ahead and put electric piano. Put my electric piano, have my layer, and say I want to put another sound, maybe a strings. I can actually come in and very quickly put a string, just layer them together. So check this out. Go ahead and play. And now I can use my sliders here, and here's my volume. And adjust my volumes very quickly. So while I'm playing, I could go ahead and have a real nice electric piano. And then bring in or out my strings very quickly. Now if I wanted to go ahead and bring in a fingered bass, I can go ahead and press the split button, and now I have a real nice bass. So I can have a bass and on one side of the key bed, and then I can have an electric piano and strings or whatever else I want on the other side, and then I can control the volumes between both of them right on top. So this makes it very easy for me to create layers and splits live as needed. And that makes it, that's one other great feature of the RD-700NX is, once again, like I said before, for live performance. Some other great features on the RD-700NX are balanced XLR outputs on the back, as well as quarter-inch outputs. Now, the balanced XLR outputs are great because we don't need a DI box, and the less we have to break up our signal, the better. So that's a great feature. Also, for a lot of my old A90 master MIDI controllers from Roland, we made this years ago, and people always come to me, when are you going to make that again? Well, I'm not sure when, if ever, we will, but check this out. The RD-700NX can also be used as a mastered keyboard controller. So for all my people out there that are looking for an A90, and you cannot find one, for about the same price as an A90 went back in the day, you can get an RD-700NX. Very, very quick, very, very easy. Now, the RD-700NX does ship with a DP10 pedal, but remember, it has 3 pedal inputs in the back. So for sustain, and then you also have 2 controller inputs, which can also be for soft or sostenuto. If you want to go in the more traditional piano route, you can buy the additional pedal, the RPU3 triple pedal. So that way, if you're playing like a pianist and you want to just get that piano player feel, you can have that pedal and you're all set to go. Remember also, if you're using those 3 pedal inputs for other functions besides regular piano functions, of course with our DP10 we use that for sustain, but remember we have foot controller 1 that can be used to trigger maybe effects on and off, or you can get an EV5 and use that for volume. Use that for volume, or also dedicate that for maybe the rotary speaker control. And a volume pedal like the EV5 is something that for whatever reason we don't buy it as much anymore, and we're keyboard players, we're playing with 2 hands, so reaching over to adjust volumes just isn't very practical. So if you're playing live, you owe it to yourself to get a volume control pedal like the EV5. Another great feature for the RD-700NX is the ability to use USB. One is the host, so you can plug into your computer and access your computer directly from the RD-700NX. The next one is the device, so we can plug in and bring and play up audio files such as WAV, AFF, MP3, and also standard MIDI files. Once again, my name is Ed Diaz with Roland, and this is the RD-700NX, and we're here at Kraft Music. For a great deal on the RD-700NX, please check out the bundles at Kraft Music. Once again, thank you for watching.